Welcome back to our channel, where we explain complicated global events using unnecessarily elaborate metaphors and occasionally just throw our hands up in complete bewilderment. Today, we're diving into something absolutely fascinating that's happening right now, a perfect storm of geopolitical chess moves, economic warning signs, and financial musical chairs that would make even the most seasoned conspiracy theorists say, "Whoa, slow down, that's a bit much." Let's start with what's happening in Eastern Europe. You know that conflict that's been raging? Well, according to some fascinating analysis, some might not be as interested in ending it as they publicly claim. It's like watching someone say they want the party to end while secretly ordering more kegs and hiring a DJ for an all-night set. Why would they want this? Well, there's about $75 trillion worth of reasons buried in the ground. That's right, mineral resources that would make Scrooge McDuck's money bin look like a child's piggy bank. It's essentially a real estate dispute where the property happens to be sitting on a gold mine, literally. Even our resident pessimistic economic advisor is confused by this one, and he once predicted the global economy would collapse because someone used Comic Sans in a Federal Reserve presentation. Now, let's talk about the euro. This currency was created with a tiny little flaw. They forgot to consolidate all the national debts. It's like building a beautiful house but forgetting to connect the plumbing. Sure, it looks great at the open house, but eventually, someone's going to flush a toilet and discover the fundamental design problem. The really wild part. Gold is fleeing Europe faster than tourists during a bedbug outbreak. US gold imports have surged to record levels. Throughout history, this has been the financial equivalent of animals running away from the forest before a wildfire. It's a warning sign that something big is coming. When capital starts moving like this, it's not random. It's like watching the smart money at a poker table suddenly cash out their chips while whistling nonchalantly. And historically, once the shooting starts, capital controls slam into place faster than a teenager locks their bedroom door when parents come home early. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, there's another fascinating dynamic. While everyone's been told to watch one potential conflict, the real action might be happening elsewhere. It's the oldest trick in the book. Look at my right hand, while the left hand is doing something completely different. Our economic cycle turned down last May, and we're potentially heading into a global recession that won't bottom until around 2028. Europe might face something closer to a depression, while the US experiences more of a recessionary trend. It's like Europe is catching pneumonia while America just gets a bad cold. Neither is fun, but one is definitely worse. So what does this mean for your money? Gold and silver look strong, especially after a potential short-term correction. Miners based in the US are preferable due to lower political risk. Industrial metals like copper, nickel and zinc could rise during wartime. Oil might shoot back up to $120. The Nasdaq faces headwinds as the globalization boom ends, while the S&P 500 could be more stable due to international capital inflows. And long-term treasuries? Let's just say interest rates might not stay where they are. The most important thing to understand is that capital flows to where it's treated best. Right now, that appears to be the United States, despite all its problems. It's like being the least smelly gym sock in the hamper. Not exactly a compliment, but still a relative advantage. Before we wrap up, if you found this analysis helpful, please subscribe to our channel for more insights that will either help you navigate these turbulent times or at least give you something interesting to talk about at dinner parties while the world goes crazy around us. Final line. Remember, in times of chaos, understanding the patterns can be your financial life jacket, or at the very least, it might help you feel slightly less confused while everything falls apart. See you in the next video.